Hello, everybody, and welcome back to a new episode. If you watched the end of last episode, you would know exactly what we're doing today. Well, I guess you probably would know from the thumbnail and title of the video. But yes, we're going to work on my iron shop today. But before that, I would just like to quickly apologize for my voice. I'm not sure if it's going to sound wonky, but it definitely feels wonky. For those of you who don't know, I'm a big football or soccer fan. And right now it's the Euros. And my team is Portugal. In Portugal, the game literally ended like 15 minutes ago. They were playing Czechia, or the Czech Republic, and they won 2-1. But I was screaming a whole ton, so I've kind of lost my voice. But that's all right. We'll get on with what we need to do today. So yes, today is going to be the iron shop. And I think I've found where I kind of want to put it. I think I kind of want to put it in this area. For those of you who may have watched from some of the earlier episodes, this was originally where I was thinking of putting my horse stable, but I instead decided to develop this area down here because it just kind of needed some work, and I put the horse stable down there. So I've moved the horses into the stable, but they're not really horses I kind of want to sell just yet. They're not really up to par. That's another project I got to work on at some point. But I also moved our donkeys down here, and I think I might just build like another kind of tiny hut there for donkeys, just in case people want donkeys and mules. Because I'm pretty sure you can like get a pretty good mule by breeding a really good donkey and a really good horse. But anyways, that's something for another episode. But yeah, today we're going to work on the iron shop, and I have really put a lot of thought into it. There was a little while where I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and I was really thinking, like, where would you go to buy iron? Like in real life, where would you go? I was thinking, and then it hit me. A scrapyard, right? People go and, get rid of scrap iron at a scrapyard, but you'd also go in there and you'd buy some iron, or I guess some metal, realistically is what it is. But iron is metal in this game. Yeah, that's right. Iron is metal. But yeah, so I'm really thinking a scrapyard, and I kind of want it to have the same kind of industrial kind of look as the warehouse here. And of course, it's going to be branded with Dostaco. So I'm thinking this kind of whole area here is going to be kind of the scrapyard area. So I'm thinking about doing just a basic square building, maybe a bit higher than that, but like a square building like this, comes down. And then we'll have the actual yard where you put the scrap in, and it'll be fenced off, and we'll just have random pieces of iron scrap. And I'm thinking of doing copper too, because like I guess realistically in a scrapyard you would have some iron, some metal, some copper, just various kind of things. But yeah, so we'll just have like a little scrapyard over here, and it'll have just pieces of iron and copper stuff. So like, I don't know, like lightning rods, maybe some hoppers, some iron doors, some iron trap doors, iron bars, just pieces of copper, just kind of to make it look like it's an actual scrapyard. And people just come and, oh, okay, that's kind of, all right. I kind of wasn't planning for some rain, but yeah. So I think that'll look pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and get started on this. One thing for this build that I kind of wanted to try to do is not use creative at all. There is a piece of it that I haven't mentioned that I might have to kind of sort out in creative, because I've never really built something like it before, and it might give me a lot of difficulty to do it in survival. But we'll kind of cross that bridge when it comes to it. Yeah, so sorry, that was really loud. I'm going to get going on that and maybe lay out just kind of a rough little structure, and I'll get back to you guys when I've kind of come up with something that I guess I feel is correct. So yeah, I will see you then, and hopefully I have something cool or somewhat cool down. So see you then. Alright everybody, so I've been busy, and I have got a rough draft down. Now, it's not perfect, but yeah, it's kind of the basis of what I want to do. I think maybe I might, instead of making this a circle, kind of just make it like an oval shape, because it's kind of empty right in these little walls, and I'm not really sure what to do to fill them up. I was going to try to write Dosta Co along the sides, but it's not enough space, and I really don't want to go bigger with the build. If anything, I want to go maybe a little bit smaller. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll figure out something to decorate that with. Obviously, there's going to be glass panes and stuff in here. But yeah, so I think that's about as tall as I want to go. Maybe a little bit shorter if I make that window an oval. Then I'll put a sign up here. It'll say scrapyard and whatnot. And then, of course, over here where the red concrete is we're going to have a kind of what are they called? Oh my gosh, I'm blanking. Iron bars. We're gonna have iron bars as a fencing here, and I kind of was thinking dark prismarine might look nice, but nobody has made a guardian farm, and I really don't want to make one. I've made one the past 2 seasons. No, thank you. So I might instead actually go with oxidized copper, because it's green, but it also has that kind of orangey reddish kind of look, and also kind of lore wise, if this is gonna be like a copper iron scrapyard, then it's kind of like we used what we've been given as scrap and we remade it into the bars and the fencing, like the top for the fencing and the supports. So I'll play around with that and see what that looks. Of course, there's no back of the build, but yeah, there's a couple more detail things I kind of want to do. I'm not sure I like the gray up there. I might try to go with I really like the way the deep slate tiles worked for the warehouse, but I might go with like the smooth deep slate. Or maybe even try out the tough. I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but we're in the 1.21 update now. It's been here for a couple days. So I might try out the tough blocks and see how they look. Because I kind of want to start using those because they're cool. They're really cool looking. And then off to this side, I kind of just want to put just like a little jut out. Just like a little tiny, like 2 or 3 blocks off to the side just with a slanted roof. And then like inside, that'll just be like a broom closet. And I might just store some like extra stock and stuff in there if I need or something like that. But yeah, so this is what I've come up with so far. I think it looks pretty solid, but I'll be back with you once I've kind of done it a little bit more. I'm just gonna kind of work away and see if something comes up. Okay, so it's been a couple days since I last recorded, but I found some time today to kind of start working on the iron shop a little bit more, and this is what I've come up with. Yeah, I think it's coming along pretty nice. So let me kind of show you around. I guess the first thing you might notice is the sign. It's Scrapyard is a lot to fit on a sign, and the Dostaco Scrapyard is even more. So I just condensed it down and went with scrap. I think the sign's a little bit big for the building itself, but honestly, it's not bad. I gotta get some like honeycomb and stuff though, so I can wax that. That's supposed to all be like the brand new copper, brand new shiny copper. But for now, we'll let it, the business hasn't opened yet, so we can't really upkeep it. We've got no money flowing in, right? Yeah. But yeah, so we kind of got the building, I guess the structure down. And then inside here, we have the actual scrapyard. So I guess the first thing we'll look at is this crane here. So obviously, metal things are going to be heavy. Metal and copper things are going to be heavy, so we're going to need a crane to lift a lot of it. And so we have like a little crane cabin, and then we have like the crane itself. It does look a little, I guess, wonky, maybe, the cabin, but I really wanted to include the cabin. I feel like that just kind of makes it look a bit cooler, I guess. But yeah, I really like the design. And of course, it's dropping items currently. I guess they're frozen in time, but it's dropping items into the crusher. I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of like people throwing like propane tanks and like, I don't know, just like dolls and just random stuff inside this like these crusher things, and it'll roll around until eventually it gets crushed down enough and goes right down the middle. So that's kind of what's going on here. And then after the, all these parts and stuff like that get crushed, they get turned into these blocks, which then get smelted into the iron and copper blocks respectively. That's just, I guess, the kind of lore. Obviously, that's not really what happens. I just AFK at the iron farm and then eventually the copper farm and get the blocks. But yeah, that's the lore behind the build, I guess. These walls are a little barren. I got to detail the walls and stuff, and maybe I'll add some windows here and things like that. I'm not too sure yet what I'll do for that, but I'll work at it. And of course, we have this little side here. Don't worry about the roof. I just threw something down quick. I don't like it. I'm going to change the roofing. Oh, a little flying action there. But yeah, and then, we got a little path here, and then we come inside. We have the floor, which still needs to be done. It all still needs to be done. It's not finished yet. But yeah, and then I think here is, we'll probably sell like, the iron and then the copper. We'll have the front desk, and I'm thinking about having like a stairway going up and then like a balcony here. And then obviously it'll have like a walkway to the crane operating area. And then of course you can come through here just to kind of, so you can kind of come into the shop and into the scrapyard however you please. It doesn't really matter. Just I like to be able to move around the build pretty freely. But yeah, I think it's nice. I added these little like patches of grass where people might not, walk too often. So I'm thinking like people might, come in here, check out what's going on in the scrapyard and then come through, but like nobody's really going to be walking over here in the scrap piles or like over here, right? And then in the back corners we have like these weeds or like the bamboo that's growing really, really tall because like nobody goes there. That's like the spot where like, you might find like a rat nest back here, but nobody's walking in there. But yeah, I think it's looking pretty cool. Obviously, these things here are supposed to be the like oxidized copper, like the fully green. So I just kind of have to wait for those. But yeah, I think, I think I'm kind of liking it. I'm kind of liking it. Of course, I still need to do some work, do the interior. I started detailing a little bit here just to see how it looks. Thinking about maybe throwing in some like, maybe some terracotta or some like brown mushroom blocks as well. And then maybe just some like stripped jungle logs or something like that, or just jungle planks as we get to the top, just to kind of make it a bit lighter and not exactly copy the Doslico warehouse kind of look. But yeah, I think it's pretty sweet. I think I'll probably be back with you once I kind of finish the whole thing and have it all decorated and stuff like that, or maybe, when there's just a little bit left to do, depending. I've been really busy recently, so I haven't had a ton of time. So that means I'm probably gonna only upload once a week for the next little bit. But yeah, besides that, I'll see you when I have gotten a little more progress done on the kind of build here. So I will see you then. Okay, everybody, I am back here, and it's been a little bit, if I'm being honest. I think I said in the last clip, I've been pretty busy with like work stuff, so I haven't had a ton of time to play, but I still made some time because you always gotta make time for Minecraft, right? But yeah, so I've gotten some stuff done recently. If you don't know where we are here, I think I showed this off in like one of the first episodes. I don't know. Somebody built it and then hasn't finished it since, so I'm not really sure what it is. I've left it for now, but maybe in the future I'll upgrade it to like an observatory or something because it has a real good view. You can see down there the scrap shop, and if you have a keen eye, you can kind of see there's a little bit of an interior now and a roof, and it looks like the building's all finished. So we'll fly down there and we'll take a look. So glad I got an elytra, by the way. It's been so nice to fly around. But yeah, so the scrap shop I think is pretty much finished. There might be a couple more things I might add to it here and there, but honestly, yeah, it's done. It's ready to go. And if you noticed, the scrap sign is all shiny. It's not aging or anything like that. And that is because I built a bee farm. I don't even know if I can call this a farm, but I am buzzing with excitement to show you. Okay, all right. But yeah, I built a little bee farm here. It's been going pretty nice. Just some honeycomb to wax, like copper and stuff like that. I'll give you a little look inside here. Yeah, just some flowers, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my gosh, I lost count. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, so there's 6. I don't remember how many bees there are, but it's pretty simple. The observer sees when the beehive or the, what are those called again? Yeah, beehive. Okay, I'm not sure. The bee nest, I think. Anyways, it sees when the block changes, so when it's ready to be harvested, and it just sends a signal to here with the shears, and then this just pops it right out back over here. And then I have just a little minecart running to, drop everything off when it comes here. This is a little docking station, so whatever is in the minecart will get dropped off. The minecart will stop here until everything's gone. Oh, here we go, actually. I think, yeah, we'll see it in action. Wow, that's great timing. So yeah, it should stop. And then once it goes, once everything has been deposited, it'll go back on its way again. So yeah, again, pretty simple, nothing too crazy. And I don't think this is going to be a permanent fixture because I just, the minecart and stuff and entities, lag and spawn. don't really want to do that. I'll probably move this over to my factory area or something like that, so I can kind of keep all my farms and stuff contained. Yeah, I just built it in the bottom of my super smelter here. But yeah, anyways, back to the iron shop. Let's take a little tour, shall we? So yeah, you can see that this is starting to age. It's taking forever, honestly. I'm not sure. Well, I am sure why it's taking so long. Copper just takes forever. But I'm not sure. I actually might leave it as this weathered state. I guess we'll see when it fully oxidizes if I like that color a bit better. But I think with that little bit of orange matches really well with the kind of color palette I've picked out for the build here. And if you notice, I did add some jungle planks, some mud, and some brown mushroom blocks just to kind of give it kind of a difference compared to, you know, the Dostaco warehouse. So it's obviously like its own kind of building, but it's still kind of similar, you know, it fits the vibe. But yeah, anyways, nothing has really changed in here. I've just waxed a couple of these blocks so they kind of stay the way that they are, because I don't want like too much green, you know, I want some orange. Yeah, everything's normal in here, but if we walk inside, wow, this is a big difference compared to what it was in the last clip. I don't really know where to start. I guess we'll start with the entrance here. So yeah, the entrance, you know, we got some nice little plants in here. There's nothing in these barrels, by the way. Just, you know, every time I watch a YouTube video and I see something like that, I just want to know if there's something in the barrels. Nothing in the barrels. But yeah, I added like this little chandelier, I guess is what you call that. I think it looks kind of nice. It's kind of simple. I didn't really want to go overboard, but I think a chandelier kind of fills up this kind of empty space a bit. But I guess I'll go over it a bit later. I'm not too sure if I'm going to keep it. But yeah, so here we have the front desk. You know, we have the register, you know, a little mouse here just for clicking stuff on the register, I guess. And then I'm going to add like the storekeeper right here. So he'll be standing like right here. I got to get the statue or the armor stands like data pack installed. I haven't really checked if it's updated or not. I think I'm going to do that after I'm kind of done this video. I'm going to update everything. But yeah, so I'm going to get the armor stand in there, and I'm going to add the owner of the iron shop, you know. And I've kind of added some lore for him. I kind of want him to be kind of messy, you know. So we have a bunch of cardboard boxes back here. You know, maybe there's some like files and stuff, some tax receipts and you know, just bills of sale, you know, all that kind of stuff. It's just kind of strewn about, just kind of behind there. You know, he doesn't really care if, you know, any of the customers or anything kind of sees his mess, because that's just how he is. I guess we'll need a name for him, so I don't know. If you kind of got an idea for a name for him, maybe drop it in the comments or something like that, because I don't really know what to call this guy. But we'll call him the owner for now. But yeah, so anyways, for, you know, actual people in the server that want to come in here to buy stuff, I actually haven't put anything in here yet, but they'll come in here. There'll be an emerald here named, I think I'm going to go a diamond for 16 blocks of iron, and the same for this. So this side's all going to be iron, and then this side, it kind of matches up with the corresponding block. So, you know, we'll have the normal copper here. I don't remember what this one's called, actually. Waxed exposed copper. So yeah, these blocks are waxed, but they won't be waxed, the ones that I'm selling. But yeah, exposed copper, weathered copper, and then finally oxidized copper up here. Still waiting to get a block of it. I got a little copper field over there, but yeah, I'll show you that in a sec. But yeah, so like one diamond for 16 blocks. They'll come in here, oh, okay, you know, say this, you know, one sec. Say this is 16 blocks, this is a diamond. I'm like, okay, I'll take that, boom. There you go. But we'll take you upstairs now. Little painting there, and this is where the owner kind of lives. He sleeps up here, you know. He's got a nice view back here, nice window. He's got his little bedroom here. He can sleep, and then obviously he's got like a little little pathway. I forget what you call this, but it's just, yeah, you'd see this in like a factory or something up on the roof. You know, you walk over here. You can operate the crane if he needs to. And of course, if he goes up here, there's some roof access. We got like a little AC unit up here, and nothing else really. And this carpet here is just to cover the bricks, because yeah. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's come along. But yeah, this is why I kind of want to maybe remove the chandelier, because it kind of blocks the view a little bit, and I'm not too sure if I like that or not. But for now, I guess we'll leave it. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped about that. Oh yeah, and then the ATM. Obviously, you gotta have the ATM here with, you know, so people that want to buy stuff can pull out their diamonds here and blah blah blah. But yeah, pretty cool. I'm pretty proud of it. I honestly think it looks pretty sweet. And I know I was talking about these walls look kind of barren, but now it's kind of been, detailed. I think they'll be fine. But there is one thing left I want to do. Oh, I didn't show you over here. Real quick, I just added a little pathway down here so we can get kind of to the shopping area. I'm kind of planning to put more shops and stuff in here, and then Rain's base is over here. I just kind of terraformed it a little bit. Nothing too crazy. But there's one thing I want to do before I end the video. I want to build like a custom birch tree like right here, kind of maybe hanging over a little bit, and just kind of maybe blocking this a little bit as well. Just because this is like a birch forest. I'm sorry, I gotta eat. That was really loud, sorry. But yeah, this is like a birch forest, and we've kind of, slowly taken away all the birch trees except for Rain. He planted a bunch there, but yeah. But I kind of want to signify that, this was a birch forest, so I want to build a custom birch tree there. Just, I don't know. I feel like the green would kind of go nice in front of here. But yeah, just to kind of symbolize that it's a birch forest, because eventually a lot of these trees will probably be gone and replaced with other stuff. So we'll kind of have like a memento over here. So I think I'm going to do that quickly. I say quickly because I'm going to cut and it's going to be done. But I'm going to do that. I'll catch back up with you, and then that'll probably be the end of the video. So if you want to stay for the birch tree, go ahead. And if you don't, I guess I'll see you later. But I'm going to build that birch tree real quick, and then I'll be back. Okay, so I have built the tree. Little warning, I'm not the greatest at building trees and stuff, but I try to kind of go off like what B-Dubs did in one of his newer videos with kind of shapes and stuff like that for the tree. But yeah, I try to make it look kind of bushy and like kind of hanging down a bit more. I don't think it looks terrible. I think it looks all right. But here, we'll do a little fly test here. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. Honestly, you know what? I'm happy with that. I was a little worried about the birch leaves. They're kind of weird. I feel like they're like very thin looking, which gives it a weird kind of look. But you know what? I think I'm gonna go with it. I think it's pretty solid. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. So thank you for watching the video, and if you liked it, maybe toss a comment, like, subscribe. I don't know. But yeah, I will see you in the next one. Peace.